Albania. How close is the country to joining Europe? In the interview, the President of Albania, Bamir Topi.
President Topi, the socialist opposition just ended a parliamentary boycott after several months. With the opposition back in parliament, is the political crisis over?
After the Prime Minister and opposition leaders sat down together again, there was a return to political dialogue. Until then, talks had only taken place at a distance, held outside the institutions in a quite confrontational manner. So I think there's been progress. But it really depends on the political will of the opposition, and I hope they want to cooperate. This would allow Albania to go ahead with important reforms that will improve life at home and the country's image as it looks to join the European family.
EU Foreign Affairs Chief Catherine Ashton clearly criticized the political situation in Albania with regard to the country's EU bid. What do you consider a realistic timetable for Albania's EU accession?
European institutions' concerns about Albania's development are legitimate because everything that happens in Albania is carefully monitored by these institutions. We want to be represented in these institutions too. We're working closely with every structure in the unified Europe, such as the Council of Europe and the European Parliament. We certainly pay close attention to the suggestions and advice our partners give us, and I'm confident we'll follow them.
Albania's economy is very EU-oriented. Albania's biggest trade partners are Italy and Greece. How much has the crisis in Greece affected Albania's economy?
Greece is home to a sizable Albanian population. They moved during the latest wave of emigration. Several 100,000 Albanians live and work there. So when a Greek citizen feels the crisis, an Albanian living in Greece feels it too. There are also a lot of Greek-run businesses in Albania that employ Albanian workers. So while the crisis certainly affects investment in Albania, it also affects Albanians working in Greece who transfer their savings back home. But the impact of the crisis in Greece is still unclear. We only see the symptoms, but we can't really say whether they're a direct result of the Greek crisis affecting Albania.
Herr Präsident, Albaniens Schattenwirtschaft beträgt laut Regierungsangaben.
Albania's shadow economy accounts for a third of gross domestic product, according to government figures. Other sources estimate 40% of overall production results from the shadow economy. How do you plan to address that?
I consider the shadow economy more of a transitional phenomenon. But once this transitional phase ends, I think the economy will return to normal. We've installed electronic recording systems and everything has been integrated into an information network that allows businesses to communicate directly with authorities. That has enhanced the credibility of Albania's economy. In turn, the shadow economy will have to follow laws that require any business entity to register and operate within legal parameters.
On to another topic, NATO. Albania has been a member of NATO for 1 year now. How has the country handled this?
Membership was the most important event in Albania's history. Now Albania has a new identity inside the alliance. It takes part in several important military missions, including the mission in Iraq. It's also in Chad and Afghanistan, and has a unit in Bosnia-Herzegovina. So Albania has raised its standards and now operates according to NATO standards. In particular, credibility and reliability as it relates to handling information. Today, Albania is a secure country with better standards.
Relations between Albania and Serbia are not perfect. Albania sees itself as a kind of anchor of stability in the Balkans. Albania's problems with Belgrade stem from its support for Kosovo's independence, which Belgrade has categorically rejected. How do you plan to find common ground and break the deadlock?
I'd like to note that the political situation in the Balkans has improved markedly over the years. That's also thanks to the major role Albania has played, Albanian institutions and the Albanian people in general, who have been divided across 4 different countries over the course of their history: Albania, Macedonia, Kosovo, and Montenegro. The new situation in Kosovo, which is a recent geopolitical shift, has also brought more peace to the Balkans. It's true that Albania and Serbia's positions on the Kosovo question are diametrically opposed. But that doesn't mean Balkan countries can't keep working together. It will prevent neither Serbia nor Albania from establishing a dialogue and lines of communication that serve economic development in both of our countries. We're convinced that the reality in Kosovo is irreversible. All Balkan countries share a Euro-Atlantic future. That will help them turn away from nationalism and transition from an economically underdeveloped region to an economically prosperous region in line with European standards.
Which brings me to my last question. You've conducted political talks here in Germany. What are your expectations?
We see Germany as a friend and strategic partner with whom we've worked quite intensively over the last 2 decades. I came here with an economic delegation with the goal of building economic ties in addition to the political dialogue. Albania is a very attractive country. It has a very important geographical position on the Mediterranean. And it has a lot of investment potential when it comes to infrastructure, the energy and tourism industries, as well as agriculture. There are many elements here of interest to German investors.
President Topi, thanks for talking with us.